Hello, and thank you for joining our scholarship webinar today at Cal State Fullerton. My name is Simtan, and I'm the Special Populations Counselor here at Cal State Fullerton Financial Aid Office. I would like to start by introducing our scholarship team to you. Thank you, Karina, for preparing this beautiful presentation for us. Many thanks to Alexis, Derek, and Liz for your support. They will also be helping us with the chat. At the end of this presentation, we will have a chat available for you to type in your questions, and we will be answering your questions. And also thanks to Monica and Jeanette, our leadership team, who gave us the opportunity to meet with our students today. Now, the purpose of this webinar is to help you understand the scholarship application process and hopefully get you started with the application. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, we're going to talk about how to apply for scholarships, and then we'll look at prompts and deadlines. We'll give you some tips to prepare and stand out in your applications. We'll look at some timelines, and at the end, we will also share some important links for you and resources. And like I said, at the very end of this presentation, you're going to have a chance to type your questions in the chat, and we will be here to answer your questions. Now, remember, one thing is important to remember, that when you're applying for a scholarship, let's say the scholarship application opens in January 4th of 2023, you will be applying for an application in 2023 fall and 2024 spring. So whenever you're applying for a scholarship application, you'll be applying for next year. And the way you'll find the internal scholarship applications on our website is by logging into your student portal at myfullerton.edu, and then you will search for the scholarships and then select the scholarship icon. And this is how it looks like. So when you go to your student portal, you're going to search for scholarships. And when you click on the scholarships icon, this window will open up. And now you'll be able to click on Open Scholarship Application. And now when you click on the application itself, you're going to see a list of applications that are available to you. And if you notice that there are more than one applications that you can apply to, be sure to select yes for all the programs that you're interested in, since you can apply to more than one program at a time. So be sure to select all the programs that you're interested in. And be sure to read all the prompts and deadlines, because each application is going to have a different deadline, and each application is going to have different requirements. So make sure to read all the procedures for each application. And here's an example of how they would pop up on your page with the different procedures and different deadlines for each application. Now, we also have a few tips for you so that you can stand out, because we do receive a number of applications every year, and your application needs to stand out. Now, the first reminder that we have here is, if you're eligible to apply for FAFSA or California DREAM Act application, please submit your application before the March 2nd priority deadline. Not all scholarships require a FAFSA or DREAM Act application, but some of them do. So if you're eligible, please submit your application and do it before the priority deadline of March 2nd. And start working on your applications early. Don't wait till the last minute. Make a schedule and try to stick to that schedule. Review your prompts, and review your prompts specific to your college, because you will have to follow specific requirements, and you will need to create a schedule. And you'd probably need to dedicate approximately a week to complete these applications. And you'd probably need about 30 minutes to an hour for each application once all your documents are ready. Now, one of the most important aspects of a scholarship application is your essay. So you need to write a great essay. So what does a great essay mean? Include everything that's important to you. Include everything that describes you, all your accomplishments, your challenges, your struggles, how you deal with those challenges, if you're going through any financial hardship, if you have any extracurricular activities, volunteer work, if you took part in any projects. So include everything that is important to you. And once you write the essay, you can visit the writing center and you can get writing support. You can ask a friend to review your essay, and you can also ask your academic advisors for help. And please answer all the questions on that application. The second item that is important on a scholarship application is the recommendation letters. So you're going to need at least a couple of recommendation letters for each application. If you're a current Cal State Fullerton student, then have at least 2 of your CSUF instructors as your recommenders. And if you're an incoming freshman or a transfer student, then you can also request letters from your teachers or your counselors from your institutions. That would be fine as well. But if you're a current student here, make sure to have at least 1 or 2 Cal State Fullerton instructors to provide you recommendation letters. And now you need to give recommenders at least 2 to 3 weeks. Give them enough time to prepare your recommendation letters and submit them. Don't be shy to send them reminders. Once your recommendation is submitted into the system, you will receive a notification email, and you will not be able to see the recommendation letter itself, but you will know that it's been submitted. So once you receive that letter, make sure to send your thank you notes to your recommenders for taking the time and providing you with the recommendation letters that you need. So first, you're going to read those instructions carefully. Have your essays ready. You will have your letters of recommendations and also have your resume up to date. So some of you may not have any work experience yet, but that's okay. You can still build up a resume with your volunteer work or any projects that you took part during high school. And you can visit the Career Center to get help to build up your resume. You will also need your unofficial transcripts. And the way to retrieve those transcripts, you would need to go to your student portal. You will navigate to the student homepage and you will click on your academic records tile, and then you'll select on view transcripts. We don't need the official transcripts, but you will need to upload your unofficial transcripts for the scholarship applications. And finally, if you are an art major or an engineering major, you may have a portfolio as well, so have that portfolio ready when you start working on your scholarship applications. So watch out for scams. You should never pay for a scholarship application. So if anyone is asking you to pay for an application, that's most likely a scam, so watch out for scams. And then submit as many applications as you like. The more scholarships you apply for, the higher the chances of being selected will be. So you can apply for as many applications as you like, and you can receive more than one scholarship at a time. So when we look at the scholarship cycle, the first step is going to be your application. So you will submit your application and determine your eligibility. And then if you're eligible, your donor will send the scholarship checks to the Student Business Services at Cal State Fullerton. And then the Student Business Services will deposit the checks and send a list to the financial aid office. And that process between the Student Business Services and the financial aid office is going to take about 6 to 8 weeks. And finally, you will receive your funds in your bank account or in your mailbox as a check. So if you would like to receive a direct deposit, you would need to update your bank information in your student portal. And if you don't do that, we will be sending a check to your address, and we will use the address that's listed on your student portal. So make sure to have that address up to date as well. Now, here's an example of cost of attendance. And this is including your fees, your tuition, books and supplies, room and board, and your transportation. And if you notice, each student living on campus, off campus, or with parent, they have a different cost of attendance. And the aid you receive, the scholarship you receive, cannot exceed your cost of attendance. So beware of that as well. So here we have some additional scholarship options for you. These are external websites that you can go in and check each and every one of these scholarship applications, and you can apply to different applications through these websites. And so once your donors are ready to send the check, if you have an external scholarship, this is where they will send the check. So here's the information for the Student Business Services. Here's the address. And you can always call them to verify if they received your check or not. So I also have the phone number listed for you here. And finally, just to recap, this is everything that we've gone through. Start early and do not miss deadlines. Check your eligibility requirements and the special instructions and the deadlines for each and every scholarship. Write a great essay. Use your resources. You have a lot of resources on campus, so please use your resources. And collect letters of recommendations. Give your recommenders enough time to prepare. Have your resume and your unofficial transcripts ready. Answer all questions. Don't leave anything blank because we can't make assumptions. We have to know all the answers. And you can set a goal to apply for 1 or 2 scholarships each month. Beware of scholarship scams. And here's how you can contact us. This is the information for our financial aid office at Cal State Fullerton. You can call us. You can make a phone or Zoom appointment if you would like to meet with a counselor. And you can also see our counseling hours as well. You can also create a ticket and send your questions in by email, which would be answered within 2 to 3 days. And here I have some important links for you to the Writing Center, to the Career Center, and the registration and records to retrieve your transcripts as well. So you can use all of these important links to complete your documents. And we are ready for your questions. So you can type your questions in the chat and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for joining us today.